Megan here, one of Digital Horse's Dressage brand ambassadors, and as part of being a brand ambassador I get lots of incredible opportunities. So I have been gifted some beautiful canine horse products as part of being a brand ambassador to review. So a little bit about me before we get started. I'm a dressage diva, that's my main love, my passion. We compete regularly on our 2 native Connemara ponies. We also do a bit of showing and jumping, but dressage is the main love of ours. So I'm going to take you through each of the gifted products individually, what I thought, the results, and then a little conclusion at the end. So the first product I was kindly gifted is the Canine Horse Aloe Vera Competition Shampoo, and this is an everyday shampoo that gives you show quality results every single time. So the second I hear aloe vera, I automatically think of soothing and just less irritation, all that sort of stuff, and that's what Canine also claimed, that it is a natural, soothing, stops irritation shampoo due to its active ingredients that include aloe vera, D-panthenol and wheat proteins. So I'm really excited to try this one because with natives you tend to get quite dry, dandruffy coats, and especially Larry, he can be quite itchy, so I'm really interested to see if this can be nice and soothing. So the instructions are on the back of the bottle and it reads massage thoroughly and rinse. So if you've got dry skin or coats, you're going to want cool water, and if you've got greasier coats or more oily coats, they recommend using warmer water instead, and obviously repeat to get the best results. You can use this directly or as a 1:20 dilution with water. So the second product I was really kindly gifted is the Aloe Vera Competition Mirra Shine Spray, and this is a anti-static mane and tail detangler and whole body shine spray, and it's used to repel dust and dirt. I'm really interested to try this one because especially with natives you get the wiry dry coats, and I really like to add a bit of shine to their manes and tails because sometimes that lacks and could do with a bit more shine. So ingredients, it's very similar to the shampoo. You've got your aloe vera, your D-panthenol and your wheat proteins, as well as a couple of other things, but to be honest, all sounds pretty natural to me. So same as before, the instructions are on the back and it just simply says that you can spray it on wet or dry coats, and it can be used to facilitate and protect against brushing. So you can, or when using it as a detangler, you can spray it directly onto the knots and massage thoroughly to get rid of them. So looking at a bit more detail about the shampoo, I quite like that it's a squeegee bottle rather than just a screw cap and pour. I feel like there'd be less wastage with that. It's a good size. Yeah, it holds it in one hand, so if you're holding the horse with one and pouring on with the other, you're not like having to put it down all the time because it's really heavy. Sniff test. To be honest, there's not a lot of smell to it, and that's actually kind of a good thing. I find that when shampoos have like a ton of fragrance in them, it's generally because there's something quite harsh in there. Whereas this one literally just smells like the middle of a aloe vera plant when you scoop out the gel and use it straight from there. So now taking a little closer look at the Mirra Shine Spray. Again, I quite liked that you got both a screw top and a spray nozzle, and that just means that when you're traveling it, you can change it to a screw top, less likely to leak. I thought that was really good. It's a really big bottle actually, there's quite a lot in there. And I like that they sort of made it so it's got a bit of more of a better handle to hold than when you're spraying it. And sniff this one as well. Very similar smell to the shampoo, really natural. No sort of strong odours of anything. Yeah, all good. So a teeny tiny disclaimer, I broke the nozzle off the original bottle, totally my fault. I dropped it on the slate porch floor and the little like plastic bit came out of it. So in all the videos that you'll watch, it'll be the black spray, but yeah, just thought I'd let you all know just in case you're wondering why I switched from one. So I officially finished all of my shampoos when we were washing our horses and our dog. We had quite a lot of dry coats, so we used colder water, and we used it both ways. We used it directly and as a dilute, so with water before we sponged it on, and I thought it lathered up really nicely either way. In addition addition to that, I thought we also didn't have to use too much. It lasts quite a lot of washes. We washed my ponies quite a few times, and even the dog managed to get a wash to use it all up. It actually gave a really nice, beautiful shine to the coats, and it lasted for quite a while. Generally when you bath a horse, or especially my horses, they look great for like the aftermath of the wash, and they're like, oh, so shiny, but that's generally just because they're wet. But then I kept Aurora in overnight actually, and then when I went down later on, she actually had this really beautiful natural shine, and then for the next couple of days afterwards, I was really noticing that that shine remained in her coat, and she was still really lovely. And soft was the main thing. Even everyone, my brother even said, who's not very horsey, that Aurora and Kia, who we actually bathed Kia as well, they were both really lovely and soft and smooth, as well as the shiny. So that was nice, and there was no grease to the coat. It wasn't shine because they were oily, it was shiny because it actually conditioned the coat. So like I said, we also washed our grey Connie Kia, who loves a good bath now and then, so to test really the general whitening of the shampoo as well, how well it cleaned, and I was really pleased with that as well. We didn't do her head or up by her face just because she doesn't need to, but actually on her body she came out really lovely. Then I also thought that in regards to Licorice, who we only washed once, we saw a really good result from one wash, and then the girls, who we washed a couple of times, saw results from really good results and lasting results from that as well. So yeah, I was really pleased with it. Yeah, and it took us a while to get through it, which is always nice because you don't want a really good shampoo that you end up just using all in one wash because you get a bit carried away. So, but yeah, it lasted a long time. I was really pleased. Okay, so I've officially, can't hear anything in there, I've officially finished the Detangler, and to be honest, this was my star buy. I absolutely loved this. We noticed that because there was no strong smells in the Detangler, that we could use it really well on our 4-year-old youngster. She's quite sensitive to really strong smells, and this was so lovely and gentle that we were able to get it really close to her ears and by her face as well. So I was really pleased at first with that one. And I thought then as well as youngsters being really sensitive to smells and strong things, that it'd also be really good for stallions because obviously they don't like strong smells either. I also liked that before, obviously I broke it, it had a really nice gentle spray as well as, and obviously with this one as well, this nozzle as well, it was a really nice gentle spray, and I think that's because the actual liquid in the Detangler wasn't thick because it wasn't oily. It came out of this, they can afford to have a gentler spray. So that was really nice for use on the youngsters because it got her used to being sprayed and pampered in a nice positive way with some nice natural products. So like I said before, the liquid within the actual Detangler I thought was really nice. It wasn't oily at all. We actually tried and unscrewed the cap and just poured it directly onto our hands to use on the youngster first before we used the spray bottle. And I thought that usually if you use like a detangling oil, it can be quite greasy and you always feel like you need to wash your hands afterwards. But with this one, that wasn't the case. That was really nice. Yeah, I basically was just really chuffed with this. I loved that you could use it on wet or dry coats because I don't always bath my horses. So to be able to use this on dry coats as well was a real plus for me and still get that lovely shine. I also thought that the texture of Aurora's mane and tail after a couple of uses became so much softer, wasn't as wiry so much anymore, and obviously you can see from the videos it just came up so beautiful and so shiny, and again it had really long lasting effects, and the more I used it the better it got. So yeah, I was really pleased with this one. This was definitely my star buy out of the two. I love this one, but I love them both, but this one. So my overall thoughts of K9 were really positive. It's a brand I've never used before, or to be honest, I've nenever heard of them until Digital Horse said we were going to work with them. So I was really excited to try a brand new company, and I've been really impressed with the results that I've had from both products. So would I buy them again? Yes, I think so. I would definitely buy both of them again as a set because I know they recommend having the shampoo with the Detangler, but I would definitely buy this on its own as well, as I was really impressed with this one. I'm always a bit skeptical buying shampoos and sprays that claim to add shine, and really they're just greasy and oily and it's all fake shine. It's not actually from the goodness of the coat, so they've actually proved me wrong, K9, so thank you for that. So if you like the products seen in this video, you can go over to K9's website and you can purchase them for yourselves. So the shampoo comes out as approximately £10.95, which I think is really good value for money with the amount of washes that you can get out of it and basically the condition that it adds to your coat. I thought that was really good. And then the Detangler comes out at approximately £17.95. Again, it's a huge bottle. It's a huge bottle. So I think you get some seriously good value for money out of this one. And this one, I used it pretty much every single time I was out with the horses since I got it about 6 weeks ago. So it's lasted me then as well. So really pleased with that one. So that's how you can get those. And I'd just like to say a really big thank you to not only K9 for letting me try your products, but also to Digital Horse for giving me the opportunity to review them as part of being a brand ambassador. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video and it's convinced you to give these guys a go as well.